Our story is of our son Kiran. His other name is Natangaza. Natangaza means God does wondrous things. Natangaza was born at 26 weeks when the normal full term is 40 weeks. So he was born at 26 weeks. At 26 weeks, I get pain and we rush to the hospital, and by the time I am bleeding, and the first doctor we see says bleeding at 26 weeks, you have lost that baby. You just wait for the nurses to come and clear you up, and you go home. So for me, the first miracle actually is that Peter was there at the time, and he made the decision for us to seek a second opinion. So we went to another hospital. When we reached there, my life itself was on the line. So they had to struggle first to stabilize the mom. And later the baby came.
He was about the size of my 3 fingers. Just this is how small he was. And like you said, the doctor was using 2 fingers to try and resuscitate him. And I remember the doctor spent about close to 1 hour trying to get him to breathe, because after he gave the first cry, he went completely quiet. His feet upwards began just to turn blue. And in that moment, the doctor was sweating, calling other doctors. They tried to do what they could do, try to get him to breathe through tubes. And after about an hour, they were able to get a breath, and that's when he was stabilized. I remember the doctor looked at me, and he just broke down for me the journey that we had ahead and said, young man, I advise you in the long and short that if you can, probably believe God for another baby. And this is why he said that, your son has just less than 20% chance of survival. And children who are born at his age normally grow up with kinds of complications, lung complications, brain complications, heart complications. And I was telling us that, even just for him to grow to a stage where they're able to discharge us, it would be not less than 3 months. And he mentioned to me that our bill would be not less than $500,000 every day that we were there. And so his view was that, hey, let's just take the boy off oxygen and believe God for another child.
I remember telling God at that moment, if you want to take my boy, you can take him, but please don't do it when I'm here. You cannot do it when I'm watching, And I couldn't even pray. Friends of ours from church formed a prayer ring. They each took up an hour to wake up and pray for our son, and they made sure that for 24 hours there was someone praying. And that was really something that ministered to us so much. One Thursday, I remember the finance person came and said, "Who is the mother of this baby? Do you know your bill has reached 12 million? Do you know you have, and while he's telling me our bill has reached 12 million and it's less than a week, we still have 2 or so months to go. The doctors on the other side were, telling us how he cannot, sustain this. He's not responding to the milk. All these bad, reports were coming. And when we were leaving hospital, then we still had a Thursday Bible study. We decided to go to downtown for the Thursday Bible study, and I walked into church, and I remember the song they were singing at the time. Just as I was walking in, the line they were singing was, "Miracles are your memorial." Miracles are your memorial. I just sat on the chair, kept saying, "God, miracles are your memorial. Miracles are your memorial." And now we look at our miracle boy 9 years later. He hit all his milestones on time. He's walking, he's talking, he's brilliant, he's so passionate. Oh my God, his teachers are always giving a good report about the person that he is now. And we can only look back and say, surely this has been the wonder working God.